Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Kamaru Usman, the Nigerian Nightmare, or the Black Panther as I think he should be called, because I think it'd be dope marketing, not because I'm like, oh, he's my Black Panther. Nothing. I just think it'd be good marketing. Either way, Kamaru Usman is blaming Dana White for misconstruing his 30% comment. And he's got a good point here, I gotta admit, even though, you know, the meme is so epic, everybody loves the Kamaru Usman 30% meme. Whenever I was watching the post-fight press conference and he said, yo, I fought this fight sitting at 30% and I still dominated. Whenever he said that, I thought he was meant, yo, I had some injuries, I almost didn't take this fight because I was hurt, on top of a bunch of other bullshit, so I wasn't at my full capabilities and I still dominated this fight. That's what I took it as. But then in the post-fight press conference, Dana White was like, you know, you got the crowd booing you out of the arena and you say you're at 30%? What happens if you fight for the title? You gonna fight at 60%? Like, what the fuck? And so after that, a lot of the fans took that and ran with it. 30%? What the fuck are you talking about, 30%? You know, everyone pointed and laughed, essentially. And so this is what Kamaru Usman had to say. He said, I mean, I literally was maybe 30% of my abilities, which is what I stated. But of course, when you have a president that is so powerful like Dana White, and he goes out in the media and says what he says, everyone just jumps on it. I swear Dana White says that if Dana White says that, you know what, an earthquake is going to happen tomorrow, everyone's going to jump on it. Oh, an earthquake's going to happen tomorrow. That's just the way these UFC fans are. So once Dana White said that, it was just the backlash of it and whatnot. But what I meant to say was I was at 30% health. Dana took it the wrong way, so fans took it the wrong way. Kamaru Usman's not wrong here. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I mean, maybe some of you guys took it as, I'm sure some people took it wrong because Dana did. But I gotta admit, until I heard Dana White's post-fight press conference, I didn't expect that whole fucking rush of 30% memes and all of that. But even myself, I have to admit, what Dana White made sense to me. I was like, you know, Dana White came out and said, you know, what are you talking about? You're at 30%. What are you gonna fight? 60%? I thought that was a good line. I was like, oh yeah, Dana White's got a point. So maybe I'm one of those fickle fans, you know, that believes a lot of what Dana White says. But to be fair, cut us some slack. He's the president of the UFC. So of course we're gonna run with, if Dana White tells us Wonder Boy vs. Till's happening, we're gonna go, yes, Wonder Boy vs. Till. He's the president of the UFC. So yeah, I see what Kamaru Usman's saying. A lot of people don't like Kamaru Usman for whatever reason, but none of that matters anymore because he's scheduled to fight Santiago Ponzinibbio in the headliner of UFC Chile in Santiago, Chile. Motherfucking, hey, this is gonna be a good fight. Co-main event of that card, Volkan Ozdemir versus Shogun Rua. They're gonna be, you know, they're kind of quasi-competing with UFC Liverpool for who's going to be the best card, even though you can't really compete with UFC Liverpool. They got Wonder Boy versus Till. They just added Magny versus Gunnar Nelson. UFC Liverpool is fucking stacked. Even though there's a couple good fights, Alexa Grasso's at UFC Chile. All I'm saying is it's a good time to be a fan of MMA. So with that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. And also make sure you go check out my reaction to the UFC 223 press conference on Patreon. I haven't done it yet. It'll be up in a couple of hours. But I still got to react to it and post it, make the video. But all I'm saying is after I'm done dumping all these videos on YouTube, I'm going to do a couple reactions, not only to the press conference, but also to a very funny Gary Owens Trolls Goes Up to the Breakfast Club funny comedy thing. It's supposed to be hilarious. I'm going to do a reaction to both of those over on Patreon. And it's free. Just go over there and click play on the video. There's a link in the description. And if you don't want to, hey, here's a bunch of free content on YouTube also. Because I'm fucking grinding out here. And this is only 30%. And imagine I'm still dominating this YouTube game. Alright, with that being said, let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out. And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
Oh yeah, full-time MMA. 100% is my favorite YouTuber.